Welcome. In the past class, we have seen the role of Mahatma Gandhi and the contribution of the national movement. We talked about the non-cooperation and civil disobedience movement. In this section, we would focus on the two most important and the final movements which led to the independence of the nation. First was the Quit India movement with the slogan Do or Die, and the next was the formation of Indian National Army under Subhash Chandra Bose. So let's understand the series of events. As we saw and understood about the three roundtable conferences that were held in the last class. Now, after the third roundtable conference, what happened? The Government of India Act 1935 was passed. Now, this Government of India Act 1935 was an act which did not actually satisfy the nationalist leader. There were elections which were held in 1937, and as a result of this election, Congress ministries were formed in 7 of the 11 provinces. There were coalition in some others, and only 2 of the states were there where non-Congress ministries came up, and these were Bengal and Punjab. Now, when there was such a huge success of Congress, Muslim League did not perform well, and therefore the relations between Congress and Muslim League widened again. So these relations became embittered again, and as a result, Muhammad Ali Jinnah under the Muslim League demanded of a new concept, which was the two-nation theory. Now, this two-nation theory was an idea to bring in a further communal feeling within the members of the country. At the same time, there were parting views between Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose, and this was one of the reasons that the formation of Indian National Army under Subhash Chandra Bose actually happened. So these parting views and the Muhammad Ali Jinnah's work for two-nation theory were some of the major limitations which actually hindered the smooth progress of the nationalist movement at that point of time. Now, at the same time, what were the series of events at the international level? There was the Second World War, 1939. Now, this Second World War was the time where Britishers actually involved Indian soldiers and Indian people without consulting the provincial and the central legislative. Now, this again was a matter which was revolted by the Congress ministries, and Congress ministries raised a voice about it. Now, when there was a resignation from Congress ministries, Muhammad Ali Jinnah criticized it and called it as a day of deliverance from the Congress rule. So this was again a point where controversial thoughts incorporated between the two segments, and as the war, which was the Second World War, which was going worsened, there was a more need from British soldiers to gain support from India. So Britishers wanted to gain support from India, and as a result, they brought an offer which was called as an August offer. This August offer was proposed to India under Lord Linlithgow. Under Lord Linlithgow, and this was on 8th of August 1940, and since it was in August, it was called as the August offer, but it failed to satisfy the ideas propounded by Congress and the Muslim League at that time. In line of this, Mahatma Gandhi at that time started the concept of limited satyagraha. Now, this limited satyagraha started in the month of October 1940, and it was led by numerous scholars. One such important person who played a vital role in this limited satyagraha was Vinoba Bhave. Along with Vinoba Bhave, we had C. Rajagopalacharya and Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, who played a leading role in the spread of limited satyagraha. And in 1941, around May, there were nearly 25,000 satyagrahis who were arrested and put into jail. Now, this again was a path-breaking movement. At that time, again, there was a Cripps mission sent to India. So, what happened? Under the sequence of events again, on 7th of December 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Now, Pearl Harbor was an American naval base close to Hawaii, and in the Hawaii region, when Japan attacked, so if you look onto the world map, you have the regions of North America, and close to North America is the island group of Hawaii, and here we have the territories of Japan, right? So the 4 islands of Japan. So this Japan actually attacked the naval base in Hawaii, which was called as Pearl Harbor. Now Japan was on the side of Germany and was concerned for Britain, US and China. Now at that time, Winston Churchill was not ready for any kind of settlement with Indian leaders. However, American cabinet actually pressurized them, and as a result, he had to send what was called as the Cripps mission to India. Now, this Cripps mission was sent by Sir Stanford Cripps, and he arrived in India on 22nd of March 1942. So, Cripps mission was in 1942. Now, what were the proposals that it brought? It brought the proposal that as soon as the Second World War is over, India would be given the same dominion status as other nations like Canada and Australia. A constituent assembly would be set up after the war, and the elected assembly would frame the constitution for free India. It also talked about an interim government that would be formed during the war period, and the only the defense of India would remain under British. The rest all powers would be transferred to India. Also, they said that until the new government was framed, the government wanted Indian leaders to take part in the Viceroy's Executive Council. Now, these were some of the proposals that Cripps missions actually brought into India. However, these proposals disappointed Congress and Muslim League, and Gandhiji said that this was a post-dated check. This statement itself was a 100 million statement, because this was an idea that was wholeheartedly rejected by Congress, and even Muslim League rejected it because it believed that with this idea being incorporated, it was a remote idea to have a separate independence for Pakistan, which Jinnah actually looked for. So this demand was not favored by Muslim League, neither this demand was favored by Congress, and as a result, Cripps mission in India was a failure. Now, there was a divide that came into existence at that point of time. So, Cripps did not actually bring the promise for independence in the near future. And with this drawback, the provinces would not accept any new constitution which would be brought to them, and the new constitution, if brought, would desire the full participation of the Indian leaders in the Viceroy's Executive Council. And this was again one of the reasons that Congress wanted a true national government with Viceroy as the constitutional head for all matters. And Gandhiji felt that this idea which was brought was a bleak idea, and it was not in favor of gaining